Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Shannon, where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. Well, we got a bit of updates on little Athena Strand's case and some really sad things that we're learning about her attacker. But before I get into today's updates on that, let me pull up today's missing persons poster. Today's missing person is 3-year-old Everly George. She was last seen in the company of potentially her mother. Her description is she's got blue eyes, brown hair. Again, she's 3 foot, 32 pounds. Last seen in medical distress, maybe in the company of her mother, Samantha George, in a red 2007 Chrysler 300. She's been missing since 12/19 out of Indianapolis, Indiana. If you have any information on her, on Everly or her mother, please contact Indianapolis Police at 317-327-6500 or call 911. Again, this is little Everly George, and she needs to be found and returned back to her family. And it seems like she's not supposed to be with her mother. So, there have been some updates in the Athena Strand case, and this case just continually just gets more and more sad, and especially it happening during the holidays here. This one here is from the Independent. FedEx driver accused of unaliving up Athena Strand is charged with SA of child 9 years ago. So I was already thinking, there's no way that this guy that supposedly, in quotes, allegedly, backed up into little Athena Strand, got scared, put her into his FedEx truck, mind you, and he decided to unalive her because she claimed she was going to tell her dad. That story just never sat well with me, and I just didn't believe it for a hot minute. But let's see here. Let's see what the article has to say. Prosecutors in Texas have filed new charges against the FedEx driver arrested earlier this month and accused of unaliving a 7-year-old girl. Tanner Horner, 31, had already been booked into custody and charged with the capital unaliving and aggravated kidnapping of Athena Strand earlier this month. Wise County jail records now show he also faces 3 counts of SA on a child. If you didn't think it could get any more disgusting, he has gotten more and more disgusting. This man, Tanner Horner. Fox 4 reports that court records reveal that the incidents relating to the new charge date from 2013 and took place in Fort Worth. No further details have been released about what led to these charges being filed against Horner. He is currently being held in jail on a $1.5 million bond. According to his arrest affidavit for the unaliving of Athena, the delivery driver told investigators that he accidentally hit her with his truck on November 30th, quote, panicked, and put her into the vehicle. Afraid of what would happen if she told her father about the accident, he strangled her inside the truck and dumped her body on a county road 7 miles from her home. I'm not buying it, guys. I'm just not buying it. After a frantic search by the local community, her body was found on December 2nd. It emerged later that Horner had been delivering the little girl's Christmas present. Yeah, as if it couldn't have gotten any sadder. Athena's father, Jacob Strand, has filed a lawsuit against FedEx, claiming that they did not carry out sufficient background checks before hiring Horner. So there is a full interview with Athena Strand's mom, and this was posted like a week, or just maybe a little over a week ago. And I'm just going to share a bit of it. It's really heartbreaking to hear her mom talk, and there was just so much. I mean, it's one of these things that happened to this poor girl. I mean, how can you explain that? You just can't. All you can say is there's such evil in this world, and a part of that evil took the life of this innocent little girl. And it's heartbreaking to hear her mom talk, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of it for you guys if you haven't seen it. And of course, I'm gonna link directly to the article and video if you'd like to check out the entire video. I will warn you might need tissues just to give you a heads up, but I'll let you check it out.
Based off of what you told me originally and knowing what had happened, you know, how you handled that as a mom. And I want to ask, based off of, you know, what he spoke to and told investigators, allegedly we now know that he told police that he accidentally backed into Athena and then put her in the van, that she was alive at the time, she was breathing, and that he decided to take her life because he was in fear of the consequences that would happen. I know you've read that. I know you've been told that. And we know that people are trying to verify and get the facts correct. But if that alleged confession is true, that he could have done the right thing and your daughter would be alive, how do you react to that?
I've thought about that a lot, actually. Jacob and I are very forgiving people. If that were the case and Athena was not injured, or even if, you know, she had a few bumps and scrapes, he could have just driven away. We wouldn't have went after him legally. We wouldn't have done anything. We would have forgave him because accidents do happen. But he chose to do more, and what he did is unforgivable. I did Athena's hair, and I dressed her before the funeral. I did all of that myself. And I have a hard time believing that Athena couldn't have just walked away. In my opinion, and I'm not a medical examiner by any means, Athena could have just walked away. And I wish he would have let her.
If you could say anything or even ask anything to the suspect, is there anything you'd like to ask or say to him?
I don't think he would ever give me the answers that I want or that I think I need to hear. If I could sit down in front of him, I think what I would like to tell him is that he is nothing, but Athena is absolutely everything. And I will make sure that everybody in this world knows that he is nothing and she is everything.
Death penalty. Law enforcement, prosecutors say that they want to seek it and go after it in this case. It's not at the DA's office just yet. But hearing that news, how do you as a mom in this situation or react to the punishment that they're seeking?
I support the death penalty in any sentencing that may come, as long as it's to the fullest extent that we can get it to. Every breath that he takes is one that my daughter doesn't.
What an amazing woman Athena's mother is. When I heard that she dressed Athena and did her hair for her funeral, that's just really, I can't imagine being able to do that for a loved one, let alone your own flesh and blood. And it's heartbreaking because this was something that didn't have to happen. If this suspect truly hit her with the FedEx vehicle by mistake and it was an accident, like she said, he could have checked on see if she was okay and went on his way, or went in and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I accidentally hit her. It's, she looks okay. I'm really sorry." Yada yada yada. But and he could have driven away, but yet he decided to do more. In my opinion, and my opinion alone, is there was never an accident. He never hit her with his car, and if he did hit her with that vehicle, it wasn't an accident. Again, but we don't know that, but it just doesn't sound right to me at all. I think he's mixing enough truth into his story to I don't know, to give himself like some kind of, oh, I told the truth, or I don't know what he's trying to do. But the bottom line is, I don't believe he's telling the complete truth at all. And I know you could tell Athena's mom, Mandy, doesn't believe that either. I don't believe it at all. It was an accident, and believe he wanted to harm her. And I don't think necessarily it was all about Athena originally, but he saw an opportunity to hurt a child, and I think he took it. And that's just sick. And I agree with her completely. I hope he gets everything he deserves. And every breath he does take is one she can't have. And he took away someone's child. He took away someone's child, and he had no right to do that. So this is another really, really sad and disturbing case. And a family has to celebrate Christmas without this beautiful child now. And they shouldn't have to go through that. And my thoughts and prayers are with Mandy and her father and her stepmother and the rest of the family right now, because I can't imagine the pain and the emotions and every bit of this grief that they're going to have to go through. And it's not going to just go away. It's going to be forever. And her sister, like she said, her 3-year-old sister doesn't understand. She's 3. This man took away her older sister. For what? For what? All right, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, I'm going to continue to cover this one. I didn't get too much into a lot of mom's interviews, but she's done a few. And if you're interested in hearing this one, like I said, I'm going to be linking to it in the information of this video. And her funeral, I saw that they made a beautiful pink casket for her. And from what I understand, it was the same man who did 19 individual customized caskets for all the children from Uvalde. So there are some wonderful, beautiful people in this world. And while we can't say that it cancels out the evil that is this man who took this beautiful girl's life, we can only hope they can bring some more positivity. They can overshine as much of this evil as we can, because this world needs as much goodness and happiness and joy and positivity it can get. Because this, especially these children, they should not have to feel like that their lives are at risk. And she's in her, this girl was outside in her own yard, her own father's property when this happened. So it just never should have happened. So again, thank you guys for checking out the channel. Uh like I say in a lot of these emotional videos, hug your families tight, especially with Christmas and the rest of the holidays right here around the corner. And again, my love goes out, and my love and virtual hugs go out to this family right now during this incredibly tough time. And with that said and done, I hope you guys have a great one. And most of all, stay safe.